It really just depends on the type of exhibit that needs to be built and what solution you're looking for. It also depends on what functional needs you need to have in the exhibit space itself. One company's essential display might not be the essential to another. So we have many different types. So say if it's more experiential based, the essential component is going to be that component that really draws people into the booth, that captures their attention and gets them to enter the space so that they can then further those conversations. Other times it's more product based, where the product should be the main feature of the exhibit, and we need to accommodate the amount of product in the space, and it's not as quite of experiential, but it's very key that all of those products are displayed at a higher level. I ask a lot of questions throughout the process, making sure I really have a good understanding of their goals and understand what they actually want to happen in the space. Understanding the types of conversations that they're having, whether it be a higher level conversation or just a catching up type of conversation. Those two types of conversations are going to have very different types of settings. The more catching up type of atmosphere and conversation is going to have high top tables and making people feel comfortable and inviting. Now, if you're starting to have those higher level conversations, oftentimes that means we're probably gonna have a meeting room that is private or semi-private. That way you can actually have those intimate conversations, maybe in some lounge furniture instead of high top, to really help your client feel comfortable and safe while you're having that type of conversation. I would say that actually the most essential part is creating a memorable experience, something that's going to trigger in every attendee's mind and create that, oh, I remember going to this show, I want to give them a call. The memorable experience is definitely going to be the most essential aspect, but we also want to make sure that we're incorporating functional needs. So that might be taking a look at your branding and making sure that the exhibit is reflecting who you are and what you do. We also want to make sure we're having graphics that are showing you who you are and what you do, but then allow the rest of your sales team to tell the rest of your story. We don't want to fill the exhibit with editorial content, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to stop to read all of that editorial. You want your salespeople to tell that story and let the exhibit draw them into the space rather than the opposite. Another key part of the exhibit can be the lighting. I have had a client that their exhibit was beautiful, but the convention center was very dark, and so that made their exhibit itself look very dark. So incorporating any sort of LED lighting, whether that be a fully backlit solution or maybe a halo lit solution where it's got lighting on the edge, or just clip lights that go to the top of the structure, any sort of lighting is going to help brighten up that space, and the brighter it is, the more inviting it feels, and people want to then enter that space.